But once that resin starts to wet out, it won't slide like that as much. It'll start to stick, be like it was primed. Okay. So when you're looking at it, see the substrate, see the shine. That's starting to wet out, start to prime that surface. Okay. So we take it a step away. We don't have to wet, brush, and roll or whatever to prime the surface ahead of time. We just clean up the hole, wire wheel, grind, whatever you want to do, and it'll mix up, and away we go. So now we're there. You can see it's not wet. It's not, it's not soupy. I don't have a lot of resin at the surface. I can shape. I can bring it down. I can check my thickness. I can close back up. It's the easiest product by far. So I didn't get much of my background. I've been doing industrial coatings for about 30, 35 years. I started as a contractor. I actually started troweling Chesterton products. I didn't just take a paper towel to clean my trowel off because I didn't have a rag or whatever. And I just cleaned it off, was able to do that and put my trowels back in my bag. I would say put some thinner on there and get it clean, but I mean, that's the idea, that you don't have that. If you use anything like 3300, it's sticky. You're wiping this all the time, trying to get that resin off. And you can do that. So I can come in, and here, if I'm not heavy enough, I can add it right in, blend it in, build it up. But you see how I'm wetting? See that gray? See how it's starting to wet out? It's just going to keep doing that. It's going to keep wetting. It's going to keep penetrating the slab to get that bond, make that chemical and that mechanical bond to the substrate. But it will do a radius. Now, when you do a radius cove, I will recommend that you prime, because it's always helpful to have a little extra stick, a little extra tack. So just get some 797 primer, prime that area, the cove, and then let it set for a couple minutes and then start troweling. So I do recommend that if you're trying to cove. Like if I'm just doing the cant cove, go straight. But if I'm doing a radius cove with a cove trowel, I would prime it, just to be safe, just to help you, make it easier. So I go here, and then boom. But you can see, this will get harder as it starts to cure, as it's starting to work itself. I'm losing that working time. It'll get harder to close it up, but this gives you at least 30 minutes. I've never had a problem trying to work this for more than about 20, 30 minutes. And you just keep going. But I can slope and tray. If anyone wants to come down, please come down. I got an extra trowel right there, and